is going to be out on VOD on Friday. It stars Rachel Brosnahan as an unexpected mother. This is set in the 1970s, and she and her baby go on the run after her husband disappears. I thought the marketing for this movie was actually pretty good. They did not overhype this thing as some action movie like The Rhythm Section or various other action movies in this vein are. The trailer made it look like it was going to play off as a drama, and it does play off like that. However, while I admire the technicalities that are on display here, I think it is a very well-directed movie, very well shot. The acting is very good. There's just some things, especially costume design, that I felt were a little weak. Mostly, very sluggish pace that this movie has. There are so many long stretches where my attention was strained. I kept waiting for the next big thing to happen, and that thing never came, or it came about 30 to 45 minutes later. First 45 minutes of this movie were alright. The opening got me interested, but yet raised some questions about Rachel Brosnahan's character. Her husband just shows up with this baby, and she just accepts it. She doesn't even question her husband as to where he got the baby. It's like he stole the baby from someone and then just... it was never really addressed again. There are certain decisions that her character makes where I said to myself, is that the smartest thing to do in this situation? I highly doubt it. She was never somebody I connected with. She was never somebody that I agreed with. She was just a very middling character. It didn't seem like she adjusted to the situation that was going on throughout the entire movie. While that opening did catch my interest in a way, scenes in between that and something that happens about 45 minutes into the movie were very slow. Really drawn out, in my opinion. You can have a slow movie. It's fine. It never felt like anything was happening. And when stuff happens in this movie, it's all off-screen. Having an event happen off-screen sometimes can be beneficial. In this movie, I thought it was a detriment to the film itself. The movie never felt like it was building to anything because a lot of what happens off-screen. Therefore, I felt that this movie was very tensionless. It didn't give me a reason to care or to be surprised. It never elicited that feeling of suspense or fear out of me. And by the time something actually does end up happening on screen, I feel as if it's too little, too late. This movie also attempts to answer a message that it portrays, that is never look back. I don't think it really answers that to the degree that it thinks it does. I mean, yes, this character has to adjust to the situations, but I feel like she didn't adjust all that well. I stated that before. And because of that, it's almost like she's stuck in the same place that she was at the beginning of the movie, at the end of the movie. She seems very confused, and I think as audience members we were also confused because this movie for me raised more questions than it did answers. It answered some, but there were also some that it attempted to answer and it just created more questions and loopholes in my head that by the time the movie was over, I was relieved. I could not stand just having my brain explode trying to figure out what exactly was going on in a movie that was paced so slow and felt very uneventful and uninspiring and uninteresting. I mentioned this before, the costume design. It felt very generic, especially for a 70s era movie. It just looked very generic. Some of it just kind of looked like they just went to the nearest thrift store and found whatever. They were like, oh, that looks like it's from the 70s. Just give it to the actors. It looks fine. Nobody will notice. So while this movie does have a slight amount of ambition in its message, and I can admire some of the technicalities that this movie has, for me, this was a yawn fest. And this is something I was really looking forward to. I will give it up to the marketing team, though. They did not market this as an action movie. Like I said earlier, movies like this are heavily marketed as action movies to try and get you to see them. They at least marketed it the way it should have been marketed. Kudos to them. I'm going to say you will enjoy I'm Your Woman if you like stale popcorn. So guys, that's my review for I'm Your Woman. I got an early access screener to it. It's coming out on Friday. Check it out or don't check it out. I mean, I'm not really recommending this movie, so whatever you thought, drop me some feedback in the comments section below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. There you will find all my links to my social media accounts. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.